How's everybody? How'd the full moon treat you? I was tired. I was. But I feel lighter. I have to say that. Don't mind the nails. My pinkies are very beat up right now. Long story short, I smashed these two a long time ago. And they still, and then this one recently, so I don't know why I keep beating up my hands. I find it very funny. But, so, what are we thinking about all these drones and plasmoids? And are you understanding now that the universe does have some things out there that are being shown to us? Have you tapped in to understand what's going on? Government's not going to say shit. So, just so you're aware. It is what it is, and at the end of the day, those of us who are tapped in spiritually know that it's just things are being shown. And it's going to get more wild. And it's going to get more unbelievable. And it's going to get more a lot of things. And I just hope and pray that many of you... Sorry, I got a fuzzy in my eyeball. More of you, and this is how they, try to stop us from talking. More of you are educating yourselves because there's so much. Like I said, I've had a love for just researching and learning. And if you haven't watched the documentary yet on Netflix with Aaron Rodgers, he tapped in 2011, finally gave in to his spiritual journey. Hence why, a lot of people have been talking about him and his weirdness. No, he's tapped in. And you want to talk about a very educated and very intelligent man that they don't talk about and why he's such a good leader on the football field? When did he tap in? 2011. What was his best year in football? It's the season they went 15-1 and won the Super Bowl. What does that tell you? Think about that. But a few things I heard. The news, do we know what it stands for? North, east, west, south. You know that, right? And entertainment. It's to capture your mind. There's a new movie out called Red One. The Rock and a few other... Bunny Hunt from, oh God, what was that movie she did with all the kids, the 12 kids? She's in it. But it's a Christmas movie, but there's a lot of innuendos in it. So go take a look at it if you haven't. It gives a lot of hints about things. Very Truman Show-ish, I guess. So, do you see what is going on? We are sending messages daily to you. Are you tapped in? It's time for the beginner mind. I got that twice now. Yesterday, posted something about it, and then today, Porcupine, number 48, 12, 3, beginner mind. So you're going to have to be willing to learn. Are you meant to do one thing your entire life? What makes you happy? That is what you need to do. Your hidden resources are in your 12th house. Your spiritual house, the unknown. That is where you tap in. That is where those resources are. First house is ruled by your rising sign and how you present yourself to the world. Do you really know yourself? Do you want to get to know yourself? So, the puzzle pieces do fit together. It does all come together for you eventually, but you gotta wanna study. And you gotta want to learn who you truly are. Numerology, astrology, quantum physics. There's so much out there if you just choose. And I know a lot of you are like, I don't like to study. I don't like to. Well, okay, what's that one thing that you do like to do? Don't you find yourself wanting to learn more about it? Don't you go, especially, say you're a mechanic and you want to learn how to fix something. Don't you go and get books or look up online or get a tutorial on YouTube? Those are the things that you should be doing for yourself to make yourself happy. We are an ever, and this is what the beautiful thing that I loved about that documentary with Aaron Rodgers, his thirst for knowledge, I think, is almost as big as mine. And to learn and to read and to know that, we don't have it all. And there was something, and I'm trying to remember, that he said, just in his observation of himself and how he changed himself, of instead of anger and conflict, why not curiosity and learning? I was like, oh, that's big. Or it might the curiosity and something else, or empathy, or however he put it. But it was just, instead of anger and conflict, curiosity. Learn why, and being able to step outside of yourself and observe why you would get angry about something. What triggers you? What is it? And he's done, the ayahuasca, some of the shamanic, things that they teach us to really dive deep into that shadow side of yourself that is so very hidden in your body, and work on that. And to know that we are not all perfect. We are here to have a human experience and to learn these things that keep coming back with us, and why it keeps chasing us, and why it keeps wanting to destroy us or have us self-sabotage or do some of the things, that we do every day that are bad for ourselves. One of them, the big one, me coming from a state of people that just love to drink every day and have an excuse to drink every day and drink, and that what it all be about. All of that's doing is suppressing trying to find yourself, because it doesn't let you get there. It gives you a foggy brain. It gives you anxiety. If you have anxiety and you drink, it just makes it 10 times worse. Why do you feel like you can't sleep? When you drink too much and you get kind of restless, and then it's like you got to go, and then you crash really hard. There's reasons behind that. This society has been so set up to control you and mind control you through the news, through the entertainment, through everything, through what they got going on right now, because they're trying to hide stuff. Because as we've ascended and the planet is changing, do you think those orb things that are out there are just by accident? So much that's been hidden, so much that our government and our military, and they know about and have been hiding for so long, that the universe has said it's time. It's time to let the people truly understand who they are and the divine being and how intelligent that you are, that they've hidden it from you. No, you do not need to go to school for umpteen million years, put yourself in debt just to figure shit out. If you use your intelligence that you were given at birth and have been so programmed of sitting and doing and whatnot, made little soldiers out of all of us, right? I have forever fought the system. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked school because I was learning, but man, there were many subjects I'm like, why? History especially. I'm like, what? Got to memorize this shit and then take a test on it? I don't fucking care. I want to know what's happening today. College. Any of my history classes, I never went. I got myself a tutor, and I'd go and just take my tests. Boringest classes forever for me. Now, I research, but it's researching about stuff that I want to research. So there's a big difference in that. So I guess my point is, do you really want to get to know yourself? Do you really want to get to know who you truly are? Or the version of you that they tell you that you are? There's a big difference in that. And once I realized that, many, many years ago, I know, I say this a lot, I've been very different, but until I completely separated myself from what everybody said we need to be versus what I truly am and who I truly am, life got so much better. And again, not caring what other people think. And, you know, the people that still think that they can come at you and call you names and tell you things about you and bring up shit that you did, you know, long time ago, it doesn't affect anymore. Why? Because we're smarter and we know better. And we all know that we make mistakes in life. When your mistakes become your habits and your habits become your lifestyle, that is when you need to check yourself. Because that's when you're doing things that are not good for you. And then it takes you down that rabbit hole. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I did it again. Who did I piss off last night because I drank too much again? Who did I piss off because I chose not to walk away from a situation and instead defended myself and maybe said something I shouldn't have? We're all guilty of it. All guilty of it. But when you choose to take a good look at yourself, step back, not engage in everything, not have to have an answer for everything, and not always having to be right, life becomes peaceful. So you decide. I love you all so much. I'll see you soon.